Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station. The great Neil Young, Needle and the Damage Done. It's Philly Joe and Kirby. Good morning on a Monday, 6:10.
Yes, and who the hell is that is back for a couple of plays this morning, 6:30 and 8:30, and the pot just took a look, $3,700 to start, and you could still snipe off voice 1 and 2 for a couple of grand.
So BDK did not have, he went over 4 as well, his contestants on Friday. That's what you're saying, Joe?
I am. Not a good day at the plate.
We've been in a slump. The listeners have been in a slump since that first one. Matthew McConaughey was named.
Yeah. The good news is the pot just grows, which means who does hit it is going to hit it for
money.
big. Yeah.
And it's always someone comes out of left field and nails one. But we all agree. We think this is a hard one.
I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah, it's tough.
For who the hell is that? McConaughey was, when you listen to it, it's not surprising he got nailed early, but the other two, oof.
I'll tell you how it went down at the last meeting here at 92.1 City. It was, I think voice 1 is pretty tough. Voice 2 is pretty tough. And, well, voice 3 must have been pretty easy. Phil got it. And it wasn't meant to be an insult, but it was like.
Did that come up? I missed that part. I don't know.
Well, you're usually
you tend
dozing
to
off.
not pay attention. In
The only
those
thing that
meetings,
keeps Kirby up is she's on her phone through the whole meeting.
Wow.
But Phil fell asleep.
I'm sleeping. You're on your phone.
I
And
was
I'm watching
taking
both of you.
notes
Oh,
on
yeah.
my
Oh,
phone.
yeah.
I was taking notes.
Philly Joe, Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
I really love 92 City in the morning. It really inspires me, makes me want to run faster, pick up bigger weights, make myself stronger. You are inspiration, PJ and K. I love you guys. Keep up with the good work. Yeah.
I got to be
love
honest.
Being
How we-
inspiring.
How are we feeling about that impression? Joe, you do impressions.
No, I'll tell you right now, I've never been inspired to work out from listening to this program.
So good on you, Artie.
Great call.
Yes. Okay, off to traffic, where the bone phone spends a lot of its time.
Yeah, so Angry Sturgeon guy with a little thing I just noticed. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is an actual thing. Maybe other people have experienced the same thing, but like when you're sitting at a green light at an intersection and you're waiting to make a left-hand turn, for some reason I've noticed that oncoming traffic they slow down, and I don't understand it because it's like I'm sitting there waiting for them to get through the intersection in order to make my left-hand turn, and their thought process is, oh my God, that guy's waiting for me to get through the intersection so he can make his left-hand turn. I better slam on the brakes and slow the F down, because logic, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it's just me.
I'm going to say this. I do. It's called defensive driving, and what people don't trust that person not to go. And if they go, you're T-boning them. And so I'm not saying hit your brakes, but slowing down a little bit through intersections.
Yeah, some people have trust issues when it comes to seeing somebody making a left-hand turn and not just trying to make sure that you're making contact with that person.
Eye contact. They
Eye
see
contact.
you. Yeah.
That you're not going to hit them or they hit you.
Oof. Because if you've witnessed one T-bone in an intersection, it'll scare you for life. Like, it is not a fun thing to see. Okay, this chef wants to weigh in.
So when I'm coming around the corner, you have to yield.
Sorry, that call was halfway through by accident. Let's start it from the beginning because it didn't make any sense. Let's start calls halfway through.
Angry Chef here. To the a-hole last night while I was driving on King Street coming up to the turn to go on to Higgins. You have not only a stop sign, but a yield. So when I'm coming around the corner, you have to yield. You are an hat. Learn how to drive, take your head out of your ass, and quite possibly turn in your license.
Forfeit your license.
There's going to be a lineup in that, bro. There isn't. People forfeiting their license. Chef. That's awesome.
Okay, last week there was a call about the Jets, and don't jinx the Jets. Stop talking about how good they are and how far they're going to go in the playoffs. Here's John with a J.
Yes, Mr. Bone, I got to be absolutely honest with you. I don't believe in superstitions. I did for the longest time, but yeah, no, we haven't won anything yet. So, what are we worried about here? I got Stanley Cup rings blocking my ears. I can't hear Jeremy Roenick. No, we haven't won anything yet. I mean, we're not. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying there's no superstition that'll work right now because there's nothing to be superstitious about because we don't have any success in the playoffs. So what are you jinxing is what he's saying? Okay.
That's how I understand
Another opinion.
that.
I love it.
Right. Vinny wants to talk hockey, but a little bit like Little Jets, but then there's a rule within the NHL that he's not a big fan of.
So the Jets, I was just going to say, yeah, they haven't played too good, but hey, no, I'm not cutting them up, and you can't play every game good. I get that. The last two games, they didn't play good, but they lost that one game in overtime. But I think it's dumb. I was going to say, okay, they go into overtime, they get an automatic 1 point. That is the most stupidest rule I've, in hockey. They never had that kind of rule back in the day.
No.
I mean, you shouldn't get 1 point. You go into overtime, whoever wins, they win. That just makes sense to me. It's common sense. I'm sure everybody would agree with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't like that. You lose in overtime, you still get a point.
Right.
They're trying to keep both teams going for it, though, because then overtime would get very boring if you didn't already
for the extra point.
Right. If you didn't already have that single point, teams would know that we can't lose this because, so they'd get very conservative. I think that's the theory.
I don't remember why they added the point in the first place, though. Was it because
even know
of the
about the point?
Because of the shootout? They had to do something for the shootout. Was that it? I don't even remember. But I mean, it wouldn't matter to me if it was if you got 2 points and no point for the tie or not. I just changes the standings, really.
I think the shootout, you should most certainly get a point if you lose in the shootout. But an overtime loss, I don't think there needs to be a point for an overtime loss. Okay, let's wrap it up with Guilty. An update on his knee. You'll remember last week he tried curling. And his knee.
Right, and it swelled up like a cantaloupe.
Like a cattle.
Yeah, that's right.
Philly, Curbs there, Joseph, the Guilty knee here. Just went for the Sunday. I got a picture for you for Tuesday, but we walked to the lake and back, wife and I, and we made her without, we're going to see if anything gets pineapple, cantaloupe, or what fruit she swells up to or not, but we got an x-ray coming. So have you ever got your knees checked out, young man, at 50? Because that's pretty early to not be able to get down. Come on, get on it. See the doctor. They got one or two in Transcona, no?
It's on. Trust me, it's on the list. I got a neck issue going on right now. the sciatica.
He's his own operation again.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Philly Joe and Kirby's Entertainment Rundown.
This is scary, and I hope it never happens when I'm at a movie. Because I go to so many movies.
I was going to say, when's the last time you were in a movie theater?
I used to go to movies all the time, but just not on my. It's not on my calendar these days. Like just too many other things going on. Unfortunately,
the answer to the question you asked, Kirby, last movie, Police Academy 12.
The ceiling of a movie theater in Wenatchee, Washington, collapsed this week during a screening of Captain America: Brave New World. The freak incident occurred on Tuesday night at Wenatchee's Library Cinema when two moviegoers, which I love the theater when it's like, I used to go to movies on my own sometimes after I was done whatever morning show I happened to be on at the time, but only two moviegoers. It was an 8 p.m. screening of the film. Both patrons made it out okay. No injuries reported. Photos and video being shared shows how scary the collapse was, with the first 3 rows of the theater destroyed in a mess of rubble. One of the 2 people at the theater at the time could tell something was about to happen and yelled "run," and so basically saved the other person's life.
Wow.
Is that not the city where the Winnipeg Ice
It is.
hockey team went?
Yeah, it is
Right?
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good catch there, Joe. Mike Myers returned to SNL over the weekend, and he's getting a lot of,
He was great.
Yeah, a lot of praise for his role as Elon Musk.
Yeah,
And then at the end of the close of SNL, he went viral for his T-shirt that said "Canada is not for sale," obviously showing his support for his home of Canada.
Yeah, the Annex Canada threats. Yes, it was great. Good on Mike Myers.
The Oscars happened last night, and from most reports, quite boring, actually, as a lot of these award shows are. But just a couple of highlights, just as far as if you're looking for one of those movies to watch, because if you belong to any streaming site, you're always getting these emails now on what's available to watch. But the big surprise, I guess, winner was the Best Picture, Honora. And Mikey Madison, the actress, actually won for her role as Honora. And it's basically a story about a sex worker that meets up with someone, I believe, in New York. And apparently her role is unbelievable in this movie.
Okay.
Gets great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Adrian Brody won for Best Actor for a movie called The Brutalist, which is basically about a Holocaust survivor who moves to the U.S. and goes through all these trials and tribulations. And then the Best Supporting Actor went to Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain, and it's a movie that he did with Jesse Eisenberg, who directed it, about 2 long-lost cousins that get together, but there's a lot of tension between the Polish and Jewish relationship of their family. And then, of course, Zoe Saldana, who won for Amelia Perez, A Crime. This is a musical, though, so I can't watch it, even though it's about the drug cartel leader. Okay?
You just can't, hey?
A drug cartel leader as a musical. That
It could be good.
I can't see El Chapo singing as he orders commands.
No, it's not him. It's a female Mexican cartel leader. But the 2 funny parts, I guess, were Adrian Brody, when he went up there, forgot to take out his gum and he spit it out of his hand and threw it at his girlfriend. And Kieran Culkin asking his wife if they can have one more child now that he won an Oscar. Anyway, pretty boring from what everybody said. But those were the big movies if you're looking to watch one of them.
Thank you, JoJo. I appreciate it. You ruined it for me. I have it on the PVR. I had to steal a line you always use. That's your entertainment rundown.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
I don't know. Should we read this text message from T. Kona? I don't want to be an accessory to anything here.
Got to try and help him out.
You got.
What happened?
Oh, you're seeing it the other way.
I
I'm
haven't
seeing as
seen it
we'd be
yet.
helping him out.
Well, obviously, we know T. Kona. He's a regular on this show. He calls a bone phone all the time. I'm not suggesting that there's anything nefarious going on here, but it is very vague, and he did even put in the text, "Don't ask questions." So when someone says, "Listen, I need a favor," and don't ask questions, as friends, are we expected just to go, "Yeah, man, he's a buddy, he's a friend of the show, we'll go ahead and announce this," and not ask questions? Or should we run this up the flagpole to HR before we go to air with it?
I can't not ask questions. You know me. I got to know.
You actually said that you had met him one time.
Well,
T.
I
Kona.
thought I met him, but it wasn't him.
Use
him.
that.
It
If
was
there's
a different guy named
If we
T.
get in
Kona.
trouble for this and there's any form of deposition for you, Kirby, you just say, "I thought I met him, but it wasn't him."
I think because of the fired up emoji that he used, it's like the red face, clinching down on not swearing. I have to believe the "don't ask" means he's embarrassed on what happened, but it involves a backpack. So I know where you're coming from, Phil. Well, when you hear lost backpack, I mean, at the airport, they're going to question you if you left it at a bank. But this is on a road in Transcona, is it not?
You're the closest thing we have to HR or management in this room with PJK, Joe. So if you're cool with this, I'm cool with it. On the text line, Boston Pizza text line from T. Kona this morning, "I lost a backpack on Wabasha and Kildare this morning." That's right by way out of school, I believe. Wabasha? No, it's not. Well, it is in the area. But anyway, my neck of the woods, Wabasha or Kildare is where T. Kona lost a backpack. He then goes on to say, don't ask. So he's not telling us what's in the backpack. He lost the backpack.
Not a good start to the week. Kirby, you like watching crime drama shows. I mean, like...
Yeah. Should we get a search party out there this morning?
Well, at least get the word out if somebody's around. Maybe we can get some details from T. Kona on what the backpack looks like. Not like there's going to be a lot of random backpacks just hanging around on the street, I guess. But how did it happen? Was he walking in the area and left it by a bus stop or something, or took a breather and then had to switch shoulders? Like, who knows? Did he leave it on the hood of his car? I've done that before.
Or on the roof.
I did that.
Yeah.
My mother's birthday gift of all things.
Oh, no. Joe.
Got to her place. Oh, hey, your gift is gone.
Blew off the car.
Yeah.
Is there a reward is what I want to know. If the backpack is found.
Kirby. Why the money?
I just want to know.
Why the money?
People work for incentive, okay?
Well, we're not asking people to work. Like there was never anything, could people go out and look for this for me? He's not asking for volunteers. He's simply saying, if you're driving in the area and you see a backpack lying on the road that doesn't look like it belongs, can you let me know? Or can you...
Yeah, he doesn't want us to know how we lost it. Yes, that's coming in on the Boston Pizza text line. We do realize...
it sucks anytime you lose something.
T. Kona is not responding right now. He might be busy just looking for it and out of his own vehicle. He might be because, well, if it's a very important backpack, and I'm assuming it is.
Yeah.
Like,
would you look inside if you found it, or is that not your business?
I think you would for ID purposes.
Yeah, something to help identify the person who it belongs to.
Some people would want to know if there was a reward.
Well, I'm just
who they would call and instead of just helping out fellow person.
You don't know. Okay,
take away some stress from somebody on a Monday. Hey, how much is this worth? before I drive out to Wabasha or Kildare,
what's in it for me?
What's in it? How much is in that backpack? Wow.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we don't know what's in it. It's not our business what's in it. It's T. Kona's business. If you see a backpack in the area of either Wabasha, or Kildare this
get a hold
morning,
of us.
let us know, and we'll get a hold of T. Kona, and Kirby will investigate the possible
how much
reward.
It's worth. Yeah.
Philly, Joe, Kirby.
Philly, Joe, and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly, Joe, and Kirby podcast.
Nothing coming in so far for T. Kona's backpack, but we're on it. If something comes in, we will definitely let him know. Lost backpack in the area of Wabasha and Kildare this morning out in Transcona. The man's name is T. Kona, so that makes complete sense.
It would really help. I'm sure he's got his own search party going, but it would make a lot of sense. Well, if we knew what, sometimes it's weird, but like if you had like some identifying markers, like is there a Canadian flag on the backpack? Mm-hmm. That kind of thing.
Is there a water bottle in the side of it?
Yeah.
Is there $10,000 cash in it?
Yeah. Is there a Dora the Explorer logo? Well, I don't know. Is it a kid's backpack? Is it T. Kona's backpack? I don't know.
Right. There was no information. Dora the Explorer. What about Swiper? Swiper was a key member of that show.
Swiping.
Absolutely.
I want to play this for you guys, and then I want to ask you a question, okay? It came in from Lisa on the Bone Foam, and we love talking food, and she loves to cook, and she's got a recipe. Well, I don't know about a recipe, but she wants to tell us about how she makes chili.
Lisa,
and
I think she's done this before.
She has. But I feel like there's a bit more information here.
Oh, good.
So get your pens out for those of you who want a good chili recipe.
Hi, guys. I went to Cantor's, and I'm going to make a chili. I make a whole can of mushrooms. No, you don't put jalapeno. I put kidney beans and...
No jalapenos. I just want to make sure everybody's catching.
Kidney beans are a staple.
Kidney beans, no jalapenos.
Make it like spaghetti, and then you put the chili powder.
Joe loves that part. Let's keep going here.
Yeah.
But I put it on low.
What was it? Low.
Yeah, let it simmer.
It's going to be yummy and delicious. Do you remember the Hell's Kitchen? I love the Food Network. Cheers.
So it's not a lot of details there. Make it like spaghetti, but with kidney beans and chili powder.
And she goes to Cantor's. The store, which is world famous, obviously, in this city. So
to get the meat for it, I assume.
Yeah. Cantor's got great meat.
But the question I wanted to ask you guys is, what is the most frequent recipe somebody will tell you? Do you know, like, people offer, like, oh, this is how I make this.
Like Lisa did.
Yes.
Just quite open about that's
Chili's.
an interesting question. Yeah, it's got to be there.
Chili's a big one. You get that offered, like, people will just...
Because everybody has a different variation or
Sure.
something that they do that makes their chili better.
I will tell you right now, on this program, I think the number one answer on the Boston Pizza text line is a grilled cheese sandwich. Because
It's true.
we've talked about grilled cheese, and like it opened up a whole new world for me.
It did.
On what people will... it's the Lego of sandwiches now, because there's add-ons to this baby like crazy.
I'm going to tell you another one.
Go ahead.
That you brought it up once on the show, and it
did?
was that you had a question about making a steak. And the text line, I never seen anything like it in my life.
Out of the three options in this room, one doesn't eat meat, so it must have been me that brought
that's
it
true.
up.
Yeah, it was
No, for sure.
It was, well, I was thinking between you and I, but it was you who brought it up. And you had
Yeah,
a question.
makes sense.
And there were so many steak suggestions on how to make it properly.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, that makes sense because there's different ways people like to cook up their steaks too, on how much, what the temperature needs to be at. I think chili is probably the number one answer, Phil.
Pierogies, we've had that where a lot of people will offer pierogi recipes.
Yeah, soup is always one that comes up in my circle. Like if I talk about homemade soup,
That's a good
somebody
one.
will always be like, "Oh, I throw a little bit of this in there," or "Oh, I don't put that in my soup," or
True.
What kind of
Soup's
soup?
good.
What kind of soup in your circle of friends? What's the most frequent soup
that we talk about.
that you guys sit
It
around
comes
and
out
talk?
often.
Oh my!
Oh my God.
Every time we get together, we're
Are
like,
you? Hold on.
"Oh my god, that chicken noodle!"
Are you telling me you put noodles? What kind of noodles are you using in your soup?
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Traffic-wise, nothing to report except there's some bottlenecking going on Wabasha near Kildare. As people are looking for a lost backpack belonging to T. Kona, and we're getting word now that is this not on the Transcona?
Community page, Facebook. Yes,
It'll be found then.
that's
a group right
oh
there.
yeah, they
Every area has it, but that Transcona group.
those community pages solve all.
Yeah.
So we do have a little more information. T. Kona put a little more info on the community Facebook page. It's a black backpack.
Wow,
Black.
that's really gonna help.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, there's probably not a lot of lost backpacks in the area, but listen, if you can avoid the area, unless you're willing to help the search party, we're asking you to detour the area. Wabasha or Kildare, lost backpack, causing some issues there this morning.
And there's going to be kids waiting for school buses with their backpacks sitting there. Don't go grab those.
Yeah, if it's black, I pity the kid that's got a black backpack.
waiting for the bus. Hey!
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Kirby, tell me a little bit more about this exotic hair wash off hair.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
is
not
there
exotic.
Is there somewhere in town where I can book one of these fancy? Because look, as it stands right now, when you get your haircut with a stylist, typically you get the scalp massage.
Wash, yeah.
Wash, and some of them will give a little more on the scalp massage. But you're telling me there's an executive package. Get your minds out of the gutter. But there's an executive package with the hair wash now.
Yeah, like this is a hair trend that I'm seeing in my circle, and there is places locally that will do this service. But this is like the latest hair trend where people are going to
In your circle, like like the soup circle, it's similar.
Same
That's a
people
different
that are
Same people who
telling you what's going into their soups.
what kind of celery stock.
No, listen, honestly, this is like huge in the beauty realm. So a lot of women are taking part in this. And like this is also for men as well.
yeah,
but
I would
it's a
assume.
head spa treatment.
A head spa.
So it is not just for the hair, but the hair is obviously included. But what happens is you lie down in an area where there's like a massage table, and then your head's kind of like lying in a sink, like a basin of some sort. And there's this like little rain shower kind of fixture that goes on your hair to kind of like wash it, like the water. And it's supposed to just kind of like imitate the feeling of rain, and then they do treatments like massages, and they run like combs through your
there
hair,
food?
different techniques.
Can I get a plate of roast beef and some
So
mashed
hold on.
potatoes with this?
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, the buffet. I was going to get the
no
coupon
buffet.
for the buffet after. I'm only asking this. I'm not trying to be cynical.
Okay.
But just hear me out for half a second. If you go to a hair salon right now, you get on the tilted chair and your
Yeah.
head's in that neck of the basin anyway, and you're getting the water from the shower head, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But wouldn't this be more at a spa place than it would be at a hair salon? Because spas, you can get different treatments done.
Right,
So
yeah.
if they
This
did
can be at a spa. This can be
spa.
at a salon. This could be at.
I just don't see it at a hair salon because, like I said, they already have the tilted chair and
Well,
they're getting you in and
okay.
out of the place.
So
That's
there
why.
aren't standalone hair spa places.
No, this is a
No,
feature.
this is a feature added
Gail's
to
hair spa, like her own. That's all you do there.
It's like where are you going to get your haircut? At Shady Scissors. Yes, that's.
But this is like a different type of service. Like you can go get your hair done
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
wash. That's fair. Like
Yeah.
they'll do that in
this
the
is
salon.
different.
This is different because you're taking off you're in like a towel too because like you're gonna get your shoulders massaged.
You're making this up. This is at a spa.
I'm showing you a
This
video.
is not
I'm
happening.
showing you a video.
Okay,
Wait,
but it's not happening at a hair salon.
No, it's not
this
happening.
Is a
It's
spa.
it's a spa
spa.
treatment, a head
But
spa
you said-
treatment for the hair too, because they wash your hair.
But you said at a hair salon when you
well,
started
it
this.
could be at a hair salon.
It's not.
Caitlin wants to know, do we have this in the city? Where is it?
Yes, we do have this in the city. There is one specific place that I know of where I've gone for a pedicure at that has it.
Okay.
I can shoot you the message.
But they're not cutting hair there.
They're not cutting hair.
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What if I
That
say,
makes
hey,
sense
I
then.
really want a haircut too?
Well, I don't
Is there a
think-
vending machine there at
No,
least
this
if I'm
isn't
hungry?
about cutting the hair. It's about relaxing on a table.
I will
don't
tell
think
you this.
either one of you could relax enough on a table.
Well, here, I'll
let
tell you what.
alone Get a head
My
spa
circle
treatment.
of friends are talking about soup, and we're not talking about getting a head massage in an hour-long treatment.
We don't have the same circles, okay, Joe?
What?
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
We have learned that Transcona may be the hub in Winnipeg for the scalp massage. Or
It's a head spa.
A head
head
spa,
spa.
Phil. Don't just underplay this. It's more. You can get a head massage, as we found out from Kirby, at most higher end hair salons. This is different. This is the full head spa experience. Like you pay for this.
Okay.
But it seems like Transcona is the per capita leader in the world
Well, because
of spas.
it sounds like it. I would put it up there with anybody
I
because
would.
we asked the question and the text messages have been pouring in that they're from different locations in Transcona that offer this service.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen it at Nails for You, and then somebody else saw it at.
Is that in Transcona?
Yeah.
Okay, bing. There's one.
And then somebody said Ruby Nail Bar in
Ruby?
Transcona also
Love.
offers the head spa.
Hold on.
Love Ruby.
Ruby, there's no apostrophe. It's just
Ruby Nail Bar.
Ruby.
Okay, that's
Okay.
2 in Transcona. Bing. I'll tell you, GPS this baby.
Wow.
Those little pins are gonna show up in Transcona.
All
and,
over the place.
And then Queen Head Spa.
Not in Transcona.
Queen.
Not in I don't know
Oh.
where this is.
Queen.
It's
Somebody
Organized.
working out of their home.
Yeah.
Queen Head Spa?
Yeah.
So it's an actual standalone head spa, Queen.
Perhaps.
That's
Could
what
be.
I wanted to know, a standalone.
I was also reading the benefits of a head spa because I
Please,
mean
share.
there is some benefits just aside from it being relaxing and kind of like a cool feeling. It's good for stress. It's good for improved circulation, and if
I
you
need that.
are losing hair, it can promote healthier hair growth.
Oh, okay. That one probably adds to the selling list.
Yeah.
Because that's a big money maker. Hair treatments.
Listen, any kind of massage is good for decreasing stress.
100%.
Whether it's a full body,
And if you've ever used a head massager
Yeah.
or had anybody massage your hair or play with your hair, oh my God, it is relaxing.
sure is.
I'll tell you what, I grew up in a house where you get a slap to the back of the head. That was the only massage there. You know what I'm saying? So, and you could see how that really helped blood flow.
Why don't we open up our own joint? Philly and Joe's
Oh my God.
Head Spa.
No,
Nope, I
there's
got
too
enough.
many business
What
ideas
do
in
you
the
mean?
fire.
Hey,
You got a hot dog?
Listen, I don't
No,
want to.
that no one wants to go to a head spa and get a
Whoa!
hot dog.
Are you trying to say that all in your circle, your head spa circle, not to be confused with your soup circle, that your girlfriends would want a hot dog with their head spa? I don't believe you.
I mean, okay, I guess you could go for a hot dog.
Smokey, come on.
I don't know about you, but there's been plenty of times that I've just sat back and had this rain shower pouring on my head, and I sat there while the head spa was going on, going, you know what? I could use a hot dog.
Shut up.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
March is a big birthday month.
Yeah, it was my brother's birthday on the weekend.
It's funny how many people you will know with birthdays in the month of March. It
Crazy.
just seems to be.
Agreed.
And, well, happy birthday to your brother.
Isn't it your guys'
Cole.
birthday this month, too?
Yeah.
You're damn right.
Yeah. Well, we don't celebrate the whole month. We just take our
You
day.
should.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday to your brother Cole, okay? You kind of interrupted me there when I was wishing your brother happy
thank you.
birthday.
Thank you. I'll pass it along.
A new survey found that 20% of us have done this at a friend's birthday party. We're not talking a kid's birthday party either, okay? A new survey found that 20% of us have done this at a friend's birthday party. You get invited to hang out at a friend's. What's happening? What are you doing?
780 City, 780 2484. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Hey,
morning.
leave
We're
without
here.
saying goodbye?
Leave without saying, sneak out the back door.
Pull a Casper, as they say. No, not there.
Good
Maybe
guess.
that number's higher. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet that's a higher
Yeah, because
number.
once you say a couple of goodbyes, you're never getting out of there.
And then you always have people that are like, no,
yeah.
just, one more.
One more beer. Hello, City.
Hey, is it not bring a gift?
Oh, that's a good one too. Not in the top 5 actually.
Thanks for playing along this morning. Completely useless trivia. Landmark Cinema passes on the line. Go ahead with your guess.
Morning, Philly. Take it.
Take it.
Have a bowel movement emergency and have to leave.
It's very specific.
No.
It's like
you're
it's
not-
happened before.
Well, worse if you didn't leave.
Yeah,
than
and
it
then
happened there.
They're out of toilet paper, and you got to like yell, hey,
This is out of order.
no toilet paper here.
Not out of order. You got to sneak out of that house. You're now making more of a scene.
Someone's got to grab you some
1,
TP
2, 3.
from the upstairs bathroom. Hi, City.
Hey, how about inhaled helium balloon made a funny noise? Or
No,
that's great.
that's that happens. You're right.
Joke that never gets old, that one. 780 City, hello.
Hi, do they claim a table?
Do they? Sorry.
Claim a table?
Oh no, nothing to do with that. No.
780 City, 780 2484. Good morning.
Hey, I'm going to say going to a birthday party to watch sports or something.
You know what? We're going to give it to you because that's exactly what is happening. You're going there all of a sudden, party's on, and going, hey, well, could we at least get the game on? Like, you're kind of making it about yourself. Yeah, watching a sporting event. Some of the other answers that came up actually nodded off.
Nodded off. That's ruthless.
It's a birthday.
Got into a debate / argument / fight, which you could see happening depending on how the night's going and what topic comes up in discussion. But yeah, I just thought it was.
Is sports the only thing you can get away with in that case? Because you're not gonna I can't go to my friend's birthday party and throw on Dateline on a Saturday
No,
night.
well, you're not going to be able to pay attention enough. At least with sports, it's on in the background. Hold
You don't
on,
even
guys.
need the volume.
Yeah,
You don't
with
even
sports.
What percentage? I'm
20.
I'm surprised it's not,
Not higher, yeah.
That is the first thing I do everywhere I go.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
So are you
Well,
saying
some places they'll have it on before you even get there, and then other places. But this is for a birthday party.
Yeah.
A little different, I guess, if you're at maybe just a family event. Then, because I mean, at a birthday party, you don't necessarily know everybody that well either, right?
there will be the odd person who will make a bit of a snarky comment too?
Yes.
Like, oh, you got to truck on a football
Wow,
game.
you
soon as
can't miss
get
one
here.
game. They play 82 games.
That would be me.
For more Philly Joe and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.